Hello everyone, this is Dr. Speights with math videos on PowerPoint. In this lesson, we'll be graphing by choosing your own points. There are several methods out there for graphing linear equations. So we're going to focus on three different methods. One, find ordered pair solution by picking your own values for x or y. The other method is to find the x and y intercept. And then lastly, to use the slope intercept form to graph. In other words, use your rise over your run. Okay, so let's get started. This section will focus on graphing by plotting pair solutions. Now, plotting pair solutions is simply just picking your own points to plug in for x or y. So step one is to go ahead and draw a T-chart. Now, a T-chart is a great tool to use to help you organize your pair solutions. The next thing you want to do is to choose a value for one variable, either the x variable or the y variable, so that you can solve for the other variable. Step three, plot the ordered pairs and draw a line through the points. So let's get started. So the first value that I'm going to choose is I'm going to choose a 0 for x. So I'm going to remove the x and replace it with 0. When I do that, you can clearly see what y is, because any number times 0 is 0. That's gone. So all you have left is y equals 1. So that means when you put in a 0 for x, what you get out for y is a 1. So my ordered pair is 0, 1. Let's write the equation one more time. This time we're going to let x be another value. I'm going to choose 1. So if we let x be 1, I'm going to remove the x and replace it with 1. When I do the math, I have 3 times 1, which is 3. Next step to solving this equation for y is to subtract 3 from each side, and y equals -2. So that means when you plug in a 1 for x, what you get out for y is a -2. Now all you need is 2 points to plot a line. So now that we have our 2 points, we can go ahead and begin our graphing process. Okay, so to plot the first point, that's 0 and up 1, over 1 and down 2, line your ruler up and draw a line through the 2 points. Now you only need 2 points to plot a line. However, if you'd like to get a third point just to ensure that you are on the line, please do so. In fact, it is highly suggested that you do so. Now, just to show you that you can also manipulate the other variable as well, I'm going to this time choose points for y. In fact, I'll use the same equation, but this time let's choose some points for y. I'm going to let y be 4. So if I let y be 4, remove the y in the original equation and replace it with 4, it looks like this. My next step to solving this equation is to subtract 4 from each side, divide by 3, and x equals -1. So when I plug in a 4 for y, what I get out for x is a -1. Now I'm going to do the equation one more time, but this time I'm going to let y be -8. So if I remove the y, replace it with -8, the next thing I need to do is to add 8 to each side, then divide by 3, and x equals 3. So that means when I plug in a -8 for y, what I get out for x is a 3. So now we have our 2 points and we're ready to plot. So let's go ahead and plot these points on the coordinate plane. So notice I already have the other 2 points that we got earlier when we let x be 0 and then we let x be 1. I just want to prove to you that these points where we plugged in values for y this time, that those points are also on that same line. So plugging the last 2 points, the third one there is over -1 and up 4. The other one is over 3 and down 8. And drawing a line through the points, you can clearly see that all points are on the line.